Hey, welcome back. Now I want to talk about the partner event and airplane mode. So you can use airplane mode if you have two devices. It doesn't work the same way as any other airplane mode does, but I can explain it anyway. So I'm signed into the same account. I'm going to go ahead and open that one. So I have a VPN going on this one, and I'm going to put it in airplane mode to show you. But let me explain it first. It doesn't matter what you put this on. The sequence is always going to stay the same. So if I have it on a 1 multiplier and it lands on 80, and then I spin it again and it lands on 300, and then I spin it again, it lands on 40, that will never change regardless of whether you change the multiplier to a 2. Let's say the 2, I spin a 400. I go back to a 1, I will still roll 80, 300, 40, and 1,000 in that row. So you will never be able to skip a number on a sequence unless you just don't use that multiplier. So now that I've explained it a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead and show you. So I'm gonna put this one in airplane mode, and I'm gonna put this to a 2, and I'm gonna spin. So I got 200, 160, 200, I'm going to write these down just for the sake of everything here. 160 again. Okay, so I'm going to switch it to a 3. That was on times 2. Times 3, I'm going to go ahead and spin. 180. And it looks like 240. So I got 5 spins in here. So let's go ahead and, so I did start on a times 2 multiplier before. I'm gonna start with the times 3, and I wrote it down. We had 180, then 240. It will always spin whatever it was going to spin on that multiplier. There is no changing what this is going to spin, okay? 180, 240. Just like it spun the first time. So even if I were to go down to a 2 now, it will spin 200, which was the first roll, the first spin that I did over here on a times 2. So this, you cannot change these numbers. Now, if you go out of the partner event, and I'm gonna go back in, I'm gonna spin it again, and it will land on 160. Just for the heck of it, I'm going to switch to a different partner and spin it on the same times 2, and it's going to land on 160. It does not matter what you do. Like, that is exactly what I wrote down. 200, 160, 160. It will land on it no matter whether you change this multiplier or whether you go to a different person. It's not gonna change it at all. So honestly, just pick your number, or if you know for a fact that you spin on a times 30 and you have 3 of them or 4 of them in a row that land on literally the worst numbers ever. Maybe you just don't roll a times 30 ever because you don't want to waste that many fueling rocket fuel things, the cartridges. So that's up to you, but that is how airplane mode works or doesn't really work on this event. I noticed that before, but hopefully that helps somebody. Maybe then you know whether or not you want to spend a whole bunch. If you only have a few of these, maybe you can decide which multiplier would work best for you. Try one more thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this one in airplane mode, and I'm gonna roll on a times 3 and write down what we have. Okay, so it's 240, 600 partner, 300, 240. I'm going to switch to a 5, 1500. Okay, and then the no internet came up. So this is where I was saying with a times 3 multiplier, it does not matter what you do, it will stay with that same. There's 240, just like I said. I wrote it down here, 240, 600, chicken scratch here, but 240, which is what it did. When I do a times 3 again, it's going to do 600. So here is where 600 partner, which is exactly what I wrote down from what we did over here in airplane mode. So I wanted to test one more thing. I have enough money that I'm going to complete a level and see if that completely changes the sequence in the partner event wheel. It changes the sequence on the board, so it's time to give it a shot. Might take a minute. Okay, so now we're on a new board. And collect that. Okay, so now that we're on a new board, I'm gonna go back to the same person. I was on a times 3. The next one should be a 300, which is what I wrote down here. So I'm gonna do that and see if it changed. Nope. So changing the board does not matter. So I'm gonna bump this up to a times 5 because that was a good one, and I'm gonna end this video. Yep, times 1500, which is exactly what I did over here on times 5. So it looks like no matter what you do, this does not change sequence at all. I have tried to earn more of these in between. That does nothing. I have received rewards, changes nothing. Nothing you do is going to change the sequence that this multiplier, or any multiplier for that matter, has. So it's just the way it is. If it's supposed to land on times 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in that exact order, if you were to change it to times 10 and it rolls 10 times, you move it back to a times 5, it will still roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It will roll those. No matter what you did in airplane mode, it will do it that sequence, period. There is no changing it. There's very little we can do, but just wanted to test one more thing. Anyhow, leave me a comment if you find anything, but let me know what you think about this. I'm a little disheartened that there's nothing you can do to change it. So everything is predetermined. I mean, everything is, but just the way it is. If you have any questions, let me know. I hope that helps. If you enjoy my content, give the video a thumbs up, like the video, subscribe to my channel to stay in the know for all things Monopoly Go. Good luck on this event, and until next time, bye.